medical imaging, the Wellness Within program makes it easy. They have different levels of preventive scans so you can choose exactly what fits your health goals, from quick baseline checks to full body insights. It's simple, it's smart, and it's all about keeping you in top form before problems ever sneak up. And the best part, you don't need a doctor's order. Just call AMI to schedule and make this the year you put your health on the schedule.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild has a delicious way for you to enjoy beef brisket. It's our open-faced hot beef sandwich. We start with our grilled Texas toast. Add a scoop of creamy mashed potatoes. Load them up with some tender Hog Wild beef brisket. And top it off with our tasty brown gravy. It's absolutely delicious. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, where your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Business Builders on 93.7 The Ticket. Business Builders is where grit meets strategy and good ideas grow into great companies. Here are your hosts, Matt Warner and Rebecca Pearson.
Woo! Here we are. Saturday morning. 9 o'clock. Look at us. We are Johnny on the spot. Good job. Good job, Tristan. Thank you. All right. We're business builders, Matt and Rebecca. Okay, I don't like sitting here. Why am I sitting here?
Yeah, everything's just a little bit wonky this morning. Somebody tall sat in the seat.
Somebody moved my cheese. Remember that story of
yes. Yes.
You have any employees who act like, somebody moved my cheese?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which we might dive into a little bit of that today. Yeah. Today's going to be fun. Well, first of all, let's tell everybody where we're at, where they can get us.
Yeah, let's do all the things. So it's now 9 o'clock Saturday morning in Lincoln, Nebraska. I can't hear myself very well, but hopefully everything's working fine.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
That's better. Way better. Nice job.
Right here on O Street in Lincoln, Nebraska, Business Builders. So if you want to participate, which we had some participation last week, we're going to review what we did last week because Matt was not here. We missed you, Matt.
I was on. I was listening.
You were listening.
I had to work.
You chatted in. Yep. So if you want to chat or call 402-464-5685. And of course, you can drop chats in our YouTube feed. We're on all the social media platforms, Channel 961. And of course, everything is recorded. So if you miss us and or you can't listen to the whole thing, you can find it all recorded on our website or on YouTube. And be sure to share our shows. We're starting to get some real traction here.
I love it.
Yep. And so we try to tee up the conversations. Today might be a bit of a year-end, beginning of the year summary and mishmash of things, but we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about that we think will be useful for you and your business.
We are. And you know what? And before we came in, we always do a little briefing thing before we start. But I was excited that you and I are aligning on thinking about the year and new adventures and new things. I asked you a couple questions. Listen, folks, it doesn't take much for Rebecca and I to get a conversation started. I literally said, what are habits important? And it went. So the second segment, we're going to talk a little bit about habits. Yep. But this first one, let's challenge the people out there. What's new and what are you doing to improve your business? And what are you doing to make yourself unique? Scotty put out a video this week for our people and it said, let's be the easy button. Uh-huh. And I love that because and I watched it probably 4 or 5 times. He recorded it and sent it out to our team members and said, what can we do for our customers to be the easy button? So I think one thing we're going to really focus on this year, because focus is important. What you focus on does get better. I've figured this out. And by the way, I'm a squirrel. It's hard for me to focus, but I know that it's important to focus. So
I'm a squirrel that keeps a list.
Yeah. You do a good job of keeping this squirrel back in the tree.
Because you know what drives me crazy is not following the nut.
Oh, okay,
Right,
fair.
but I'm able to not follow
When you
the
are
nut,
you
but if
calling
I
me a
lose
nut?
track of that,
Yeah.
well, maybe I will.
I love it.
That was okay. Didn't mean to walked right into that one, but that's okay.
Hey, so the easy button. Here's a couple things that we do at Empire. We really try to make sure that we can control our products, that nothing's going to let us down. That's why on our sports construction side, we make our own poles, we make our own foul poles. We buy things in bulk. We try to have just enough extra stuff that if anybody calls an emergency, we have dugouts ready to go. We have batting cages ready to go. We have everything. We have at least a few things of everything ready to go so when our customer calls, we can jump right to it. I challenge anybody out there, think about what can I do, one little extra thing to make myself the easy button for my customer, and then show appreciation to your customers. So I think sometimes we as business owners get a little bit lazy. We some things just come easy, right? And then we enjoy that gravy train, so to speak. And sometimes I think that you just need to say thank you to your customers because it's so important. And I love it. And Ned Pauly, by the way, we're going to talk a little bit about Ned in his book. And I brought this part out, and it says the appreciation. And it says, set a reminder on your phone every afternoon at 3:00. Every day at that time, see who comes to your mind and send them a thank you. I just think that's brilliant, right? So
there's a nugget. There's a Ned Pauly
there's
nugget
a Ned Pauly nugget
delivered by Matt. So pretty soon, Tristan, you're going to be able to go click, and we're going to be able to mark that because we're working on some new software here. But would you mind grabbing that, and then we'll make sure we get
I love it. Set a
Sorry,
reminder on your phone.
In the middle of the show.
Hey, that's what the show's all about.
Right, because that's one of our innovations is to make things easier and better to share good content.
Right,
like
literally,
that, right?
you're making an easy button for Tristan that he can go click.
So that he can make a little clip of what you just said so that we can share that more broadly with folks.
I love it. So easy button, show appreciation, let your customers know that you care about them, and call them and ask them, what's something else I can do for you? They'll tell you. They want to tell you, and they want to pay you for your service. And by the way, entrepreneurs, stop giving your families discounts. I am so sick and tired of people going, oh, well, that's my aunt's car, so I work on it for less money. No, you should charge them more because they're probably going to be more difficult to work with, and they want to help you. Yeah. So stop giving family discounts. I can't stand family discounts. Okay. Nobody in my family is getting a discount.
On the family discount.
If you're going to do a discount,
horse of customer service.
Sure. Yes. No. I think that if you're going to give them a discount, don't charge them at all.
Okay.
And then ask them to tell 2 or 3 people to come and do it. Do that, and then mark that down as marketing, and keep track of your marketing dollars, folks. Right. When you do that oil change, it's on my mind now because
don't give it to your grandmother that doesn't have social media.
By the way, I need to get with Jake here because Empire Repair is open on Monday.
Nice.
And it is rocking and rolling. We've got some new mechanics. I am so doggone excited about this. Rebecca, oh man, here we go. I apologize. We're going to get to your thing here, but I'm going to steal the air. Empire Repair in Waverly, the Schmidt Automotive that was in Waverly. Mark and Cindy are retiring. They've done a great job of taking care of our community. And they're just ready to move on to the next chapter in their life. So Mitch and I, their son, we bought the building together, and then I bought the business. And my guys are running it. And Rebecca, my guys are so excited. They went in and they cleaned the floors. They re-epoxied the floors. They painted the new. You would not believe everything they're doing.
How many bays at this place?
Right now we're going to have basically 4. Okay. And then we're going to build another building out north, and we're going to do fleet services out north. And in Waverly, we're going to do stuff for just the local people in Waverly or in Lincoln, whoever wants to come out. We would love to have everybody come out, but
not very far out there,
but. We're going to have we have some really top certified mechanics. I'm excited. I went in there and they were just beaming yesterday. They are so ready to open. Now I will tell you, we will not be open from 6:30 to 8:30 on Monday mornings. And you know why?
I do, because we're having a Monday morning meeting.
We're going to have a Monday morning meeting because that's where we build culture. And that's where we're going to try to tighten up that bell curve that you and I were talking about. By the way, that's a little teaser that we might get to it. We might not. Might have to save it for next week.
One of our many things.
But we're going to try to tighten up that bell curve to get more people rowing at that 80% productivity rather than 10%. Yep. So with that being said, that was a free plug, I guess. I owe you for that one.
Oh, no, it's good.
On the radio. But I need to get with Jake because we want to start advertising here.
Oh,
so
nice.
we want to let people know that we're in Waverly. We're open for business. So
Okay. Well, today's the launch then, right?
yeah.
Starting
Well,
Monday?
you know what? You're right. It is because we are open
Are
Monday.
you open today? Okay.
No, not today. But we are going to be open Monday and not until probably about 8:30. Maybe 8 o'clock. I told them, I said, the first couple Mondays, just wing it. Figure out what works. Now, they are going to get there early, get the lights on, and then come out to the Monday morning meeting. Our Monday morning meetings are so doggone important. All of us, the whole entire company, 170 of us, get together, and I actually had to build another tier for people to stand behind each other now because we ran out of room in my 80 by 100 shed that we do it in. And this is a big deal to me. And if you all are out there, any entrepreneur in Lincoln, if you ever want to come out to one, you are invited. I give you my word. It will change your mindset on how to do culture together. And it is our secret sauce. I believe it helps us we have hardly any turnover. Now that doesn't mean we don't have turnover. We do, because Empire is not for everyone. And sometimes people just need to go and go sow their oats somewhere else and go hear a different coaching voice. I'm very passionate about making sure that we all know that you can go anywhere and do what you want to do. I mean, it's America, doggone it.
Right.
But if you want to be with us, we're going to meet every Monday.
Right. Well, and generally an organization of your size, right, you would just have turnover, different reasons for that. And generally that can just be good for everyone involved, right? We've talked about that before.
Right.
Finding the right place, which
Right.
that'll get us back to the bell curve and culture and things like that. But okay.
So you wanted to talk about customer service.
Yes.
Give it to me.
So because these past few weeks, I've just been dealing with it, whether it's Verizon or software companies, it just drives me crazy. So my first whine, so if anybody out there wants to whine with me, I can't stand it that they want me to chat instead of on the phone, as if that is more efficient. So it takes so long, and I type like a speed demon. Okay. So this has nothing to do with typing and everything to do with, you can tell they're chatting with 4 or 5 people.
Right. You're talking about chatting as in the robot at the bottom of the page.
Right. Okay. So that's my first beef. It's stupid. It's such a waste of money. I don't get it. It takes more manpower to chat with 3 different people than it takes to answer the bloody phone and deal with the situation. There is nothing as efficient as communicating verbally. So I don't get the people that do that.
I want to hear you say, answer the bloody phone one more time.
Answer the bloody phone.
Tristan, mark that. That's a good one.
And I ran an enormous customer service center. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. Yes, there are a few routine questions that you can answer through chat or bots or whatever. Do that.
Right.
But your AI needs to be good enough to deal with me, because I never have a routine question.
Ooh.
And the frustration that comes from having to go through none of these when they don't give me a none of these option. I'm like, it's none of these.
Man, I love this fire.
None of it. It just drives me sick because it wastes my time. So that's one thing. The second thing is that you really need, go the extra mile for your customer.
Yes.
Right? You believe
be the easy button.
What triggered it when you were saying that, because retention, it costs so much to acquire a new customer. Why would you treat them poorly?
Amen, sister.
And then have to spend 7 times as much effort, money, people time to get a new customer, and 10 times more to get them back, right? Because once you've ticked them off, and plus they spread the news these days. So just monetizing good customer service, it is worth the effort. You have to embed that into your people because it's far more cost effective. And please answer the bloody phone.
So all of you out there listening, if you work in customer service, the quote of the day is answer the bloody phone. I love it. I like this little fire. I feel some passion coming out of Rebecca this morning.
I lived it. I managed a customer service center, a very large one with 18 languages. So you can't tell me anything about how to efficiently respond to
Tristan, what do you think about this fire that's coming out of Rebecca? It's kind of exciting, isn't it?
I think it is. Yeah. I mean, we don't always get to see it. And so you can tell she's passionate about it. And there's change that needs to be made.
Yeah.
I love it.
Change needs to occur. And same with the email. Like, you send an email and 2 days later they respond back.
Yes.
And then I respond within, minutes usually, because unless I'm sleeping. And then it's 2 days to respond.
Yep.
And like, OMG, we could have solved it efficiently in 30 minutes, and now it's taken a week. Like, it blows my mind. So if you're in customer service, I want to hear the other side of this conversation,
Right.
because I'm the recipient. But man, if you're good at customer service, I will pay you
Yeah.
a lot of money to give me customer service.
Yes.
I will pay you for your humans.
Yes.
Because I can't stand the alternative when it doesn't fit the situation. It's great for efficiency when it's efficient, when it's the right solution. And
Right.
there are times that's the case.
Do you think most of it boils down to poor training?
Well, no.
No, just
No.
it's just
I'm gonna
give
get
a
on
crap
my talent hobby horse too.
kind of a thing.
Yeah, it can be training. I don't want to say training isn't a piece of that.
Well,
'cause
maybe
it
it's that bell curve.
absolutely is.
So let's talk about
Okay,
this
all
real
right,
quick.
throw the bell curve
We
in.
weren't gonna. I didn't want to go down this road today. I really didn't, because I wanted to do some more studying, because you were so doggone smart that I knew that you would know a lot about this. So I wanted
Well,
to
I
get.
always have an opinion, Matt. I'm not sure I'm smart, but I always have an opinion.
So they talk about this bell curve, and for any of you that don't know, it's basically starting at the bottom, it goes up in a smooth turn, and it comes back down, and it looks like a bell. All right,
Normal
so
distribution for statistics weenies. Yeah.
yes. So they talk about in the front end of the bell curve that there's just certain people that get it, want it, and they're just self-motivated, driven people. But then there's the bell curve in the middle of all the people, and it's the people going up and the people coming down. Meaning there's people that are there because they want it, and then there's people there that are just for the paycheck. And then the bell curve comes back down, and then the very end of it is the people that just don't really give a crap. They literally don't care. They're just negative. Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So you want that bell curve to be in the middle and tight as you can. So you have an equal amount of people that really care as much as you don't. And in customer service, I would imagine, I don't know, I've never done customer service other than dealing with customers for the fence company and for sports equipment and that kind of stuff. And we do have some software, but our software is so easy to use. We built it so easy that there's just not a lot of customer service that needs to be done.
Yeah,
Once we
gotcha.
plug them in and we get them going, it's just some routine maintenance is all it is. So this bell curve, how entrepreneurs, how do we get people? I have my philosophy. It starts with the Monday morning meeting. But how do you get people in that middle of that bell curve to thrive right in there where you have 80% of your people doing the work rather than 20% of your people doing the work?
Right. So what you can tell always with humans is when, especially with your bell curve people, is when you've got them doing something they love, they're not in the middle of the bell curve. Okay. So that's secret number one, Rebecca's nugget. Okay. So when you can't be shifting everybody that works for you, that's in that middle group for you, however you define that middle group, then you want to be spending time understanding what part of their job really motivates them and try to grow them, develop them, and incentivize that. And if you have the flexibility to do this, right, to shuffle the duties a little bit, because if someone's sitting next to them that loves to do whatever something they are not doing as well. And that is generally, not always, but generally driven by natural talent, right? People are going to gravitate to something they do well because they get that intrinsic satisfaction of doing it. Right. It's that reward system. So that's the first thing I would say. Sometimes there is training. You've got a really good employee, but they don't know what to do with their talent. And then sometimes people don't know what their talents are. They haven't had this conversation.
So everybody out there listening, I like to always bring us back and pull out a little bit about what we're talking about. What Rebecca is saying is that we need to find what the people love to do and incentivize that which is getting the people in the right seat on the right bus, right?
Yes.
That means it might even be a different bus.
It might be a different bus.
But get them in there and engaged. They're going to perform higher because they just enjoy it.
Yep.
I want to add something else.
Mm-hmm.
I also think as leaders, we have to tell our people what drains us. Like, for instance, all of our people know that I hate long emails. I want bullet point emails.
Yep.
I don't want a paragraph. I want to the point. I don't want all the fluff. I don't need more. There's only one time I want some fluff, and that's on my Friday accounting report. And that's because I want to have emotion in that, because I want to be able to tell if my people are nervous or uptight, or if the receivables are getting, by the way, if you don't have a Friday report and you want to know more about my Friday report, I would be happy to share it. We'll post it. I'll even do a mock Friday report for you. We'll put it on there. I'm telling you, it for you entrepreneurs that are actually grinding it, working in your company, and owner operators, right? Where you're operating and owning. a Friday report's a great way for your accounting person to give you some money. Remind me, Rebecca.
Okay.
I'll try to put this together.
A mock Friday report.
I've never really shared this with anybody.
I'd
So
love to see it. Yeah, that's great. I'm sure listeners would love to see it. Yeah.
it really helps you understand your numbers
Best
and that your accounting people, if they're nervous, you can step in and help them. And it happens on Friday afternoons. It's a no paragraph. I do the AR, the AP, and the balance sheet. I don't like P&Ls. I don't look at P&Ls ever until the end of the year. I'm a balance sheet guy.
Is the emotion more telling the story?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
I need
good.
to understand.
'Cause I was going to get on my little hobby horse on that too.
Yep.
'Cause
You
oh my
have.
God, have you ever had a financial person just read you the numbers on the page?
Oh,
I'm
it drives
like,
me nuts.
Dear God,
Yeah.
I can read, and
Yeah.
I don't like what's the story, what happened, or interpret what's on the page.
So every Friday, all of our accounting people do. And by the way, everybody out there, please, this is so important to know your numbers, and you have to do a check-in weekly. Do not look at it every day. Please, you're going to wear yourself out. It's like looking at the stock market every day. Don't look at your 401k every day. By the way, you should be, when the markets are down, you should be never pull out of your 401k, because when it's down, you're adding, you're getting a deal. When it's up, you're making money. So it all balances out. And if you try to play the game of pulling it in, pushing it out, you're going to end up losing in the long run anyhow. Just be consistent.
Okay, I want you to do that. Then I'm going to tell the Challenger story because most people don't know that. So in the next show, when you have your report and we're reviewing that, I want to tell the Challenger story about telling numbers, because it's a game changer for lots of people. And when you take all the fancy corporate training,
what is Challenger?
So the Challenger is the space shuttle Challenger.
Oh, okay. Now I'm with you. I thought it was a book or something. Go. I love it.
Space shuttle story of how they did a post analysis on that. Many people don't know the story of that, but there's a story inside the story.
Okay, so next week,
the numbers.
You and I are going to talk about a Friday report, and we're going to talk about the Challenger story. Okay.
Right, awesome.
Tristan, you're going to be here next week. It's going to be a good one.
I'll be remote next week, as I mentioned, but I'll be here.
That's fine.
That's
we can still do it. Can you remote her in?
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
And you'll have the button.
We'll have fun.
All right. We need an easy. Can we call it the easy button?
Sure.
Can we just
the dump button? You want to call the easy button?
The easy button.
Well, it is pretty easy. And does everybody know where the easy button came from?
No.
Which brand created that? No. You know?
I was gonna guess Staples.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Great.
Is it? Oh, it's literally it's the easy
Staples
button.
Created that, and everybody adopted it.
Oh my goodness!
Yep.
I had no idea.
Yep.
Oh.
It was. I mean, great concept. If you go back and from marketing side, I study brands a lot. So this is one of those stories that gets shared a lot because it was genius. Yeah.
I love it. How we doing on time, Tristan?
You're good. We got 5 minutes.
Okay, excellent. All right. So we started on the bell curve. Did you get out what you wanted?
Yeah. I just want people to know that the Monday morning meeting for us helps get most of the people charging the same direction. And that's why I think we're having some successes because of our Monday morning meetings.
Yeah.
But Empire Repair will not be open for a couple hours every Monday.
Okay.
Because we will be working on our soft skills, where leadership and motivation and trying to get the mindset right.
These
of
are
our
all
people.
New to you employees, but not new employees to the business.
No, we don't have anybody. We actually didn't keep anybody from the old Schmidt Automotive. They wanted to go and sow their oats. They were all ready to go work somewhere else or do something else, which was fine. So we have all brand new. So we already had a couple mechanics ourselves. So we've hired a couple, and we're looking for a couple more.
Okay.
But we're in good shape right now. We're ready to go, and I think we have the week full actually. Next week already. So that's good.
Yeah. Do we? Okay. Anyway, doesn't matter. Join us next week because we always have great stuff. I was going to say, when I was walking up here today, we were talking about topics as we always do. One of the things that I was realizing we have not talked much about is the automotive business. And of course, that's a big piece of my history and background. And I think repair garages and dealers are very interesting businesses. As you're talking about, for me, how have they changed over time? Good God, customer service. If you want to talk about women, I mean, I researched this for 25 years, so I know what I'm talking about. Right? It's another one of these topics. I know what I'm talking about. I've looked at so much data worldwide on people going in for repairs, oil change, based around oil changes, but it's still tied to repairs, and it's still the same mentality. So I would love to find out how you're thinking about your new customer base, right? And what you've inherited just because of your location and the brand that people know Schmidt's used to be there.
Yes.
And what Empire Repair
we are very fortunate. We have a big clientele list in Waverly. And we're going to be bringing on our fleet also. So we have a lot of work. But the front face, Tony is going to be the front face, and he is customer service driven. He wants to answer the phone. He wants to make sure you're good. He is the perfect guy for that face. And then we kind of told him, hey, the front side of this business is you. The shop is somebody else, and we've got this. You do this, and we'll work together. But
is Tony talkative? Would
oh
you
yeah,
tell us?
oh yeah.
Talking to these counter people are really interesting because they have so many.
You know what you
stories
should
and
do
they're
for me? You
amazing.
should come and do a test.
Okay, I can do
Let's
that.
break your. Let's do
You
your.
want me to mystery shop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, this will be fun.
All right, I'll mystery shop. That'll be
Yes.
fun.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I hope we perform at a high level. Tristan's only like, what did you just sign up for, dude?
I'm gonna have to borrow someone's car because all my cars are very telling as to who we are.
Oh.
But that's okay. We'll figure this out.
Yeah,
that'll
all
be
right.
fun. But I love to mystery shop. But anyway, it's something similar, especially when you look at repair shops like that.
Okay.
People come back because they trust the people at the shop. It is such a low trust industry
Wow.
that front counter person
Is
and
a big
how they're
deal.
treated is huge.
Okay.
And then, the general experience with that is very significant to getting you new clientele.
Wow. Okay.
Not
We-
that would surprise anybody, right?
Right.
But
Well, I mean,
some people shop, the cheapest repair and the
Right.
cheapest oil change or whatever until they have a bad experience. I
And-
don't know.
and then
Have
it's-
you had this experience at all?
Yeah, I think especially for young people, we want
Yeah.
to try to save as much
Save
money as
money, right?
possible. But when you don't get good quality or good service, then you're just wasting your money
You're so
anyway.
Yeah.
bad,
And
right?
time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
time.
So
80
even young people will spend on service for the same reason, but people will shop the different garages thinking it's just a repair, it's just an oil change or whatever until they have the experience.
All
They
right.
either go back
Let's-
or not. So
Let's take a quick break, and then we're gonna put a bow on this, and then we're gonna talk about some habits.
habits. I
So
can't
we'll be
wait.
right back. Everybody, tune in.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
An emergency can happen any moment. Here's a few seconds to think about where you'd go. At CHI Health, we stand ready to care for any emergency. Our specialists provide expert care when you need it most and believe healing is more powerful when delivered with human kindness. When seconds matter, know CHI Health St. Elizabeth is accredited in stroke care and offers the region's only ER just for kids. Learn more at chihealth.com/St. Elizabeth Emergency.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
You're listening to Business Builders on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Matt Warner and Rebecca Pearson.
All right, here we go. Bring us back in, Rebecca. Tell us who we are and where can you hear us?
I'm all discombobulated because I'm sitting in a different seat today, and don't ask me why I chose to sit in a different seat. But, right? Speaking of habits and patterns, that will lead us into a conversation on habits. This is Business Builders with Matt and Rebecca. Please join the conversation, 402-464-5685. Drop us a chat. Tristan will be monitoring. And don't forget to share this recording with your friends, because we're giving out lots of, I'm going to say, interesting information. We always think what we're talking about is good, but as far as being thought-provoking, even if you don't agree with us, a lot of what we're talking about hopefully gets you thinking about your businesses and things that you can do to make it better, right? That's all we would ever hope for you.
Speaking of businesses, I'm going to give a shout out to the Women's Expo out at the Lancaster County Event Center, aka also known as the Sand Hills Publishing
Global Event Center.
Thank you.
Sand Hills Global Event Center.
Yeah. Which is awesome. I had a great talk with Rob out there, the director of that yesterday. I am running for county commissioner, so I just wanted to call and see what kind of shape it's in, what they're doing. But I'm going to go out there today and walk around the floor with the Women's Expo, the Wave and the Wave Fitness, and our physical therapist is all out there. So hopefully if you are listening, stop by the Wave and tell the gals there that you said that you heard it on the radio. But I want a big shout out for them. Dean is doing a great job of putting this thing together. It's good for our community. It's a great day for it. It's cold out. Go walk inside.
Dean and Heather.
Yep.
And
Dean, I'm sorry. Yes. And Heather.
And the fam. The kids are involved.
The kids are involved too. That's right. Yeah. I forgot.
And if you missed the show 2 weeks ago, I believe, but you can go on YouTube and find it. Listen to Dean and Heather talking about why they do this. Great story.
Yep.
But I think more importantly, and why they do it, is that they want you to have easy access to some of the services and products that are available there, right? This is the time to go do the stuff you've been meaning to do. You could do it all in one place under one roof.
I love it. Okay. So one more thing, just to put a bow on what we were talking about before with customer service, the easy button, the bell curve, culture, all that, everything we covered. And remember, culture is not a marketing scheme. Culture is what makes your company different from your competition, which, by the way, your competition is not your enemy. You should want high tides because that will raise all ships. But most importantly, pay attention to your people and the culture that you're pouring into your people. Now, we're going to go down a different line here, and Tristan has some feedback on this, so this will be fun. My question to you this morning was, are habits important? And And when we think of habits, most time we think of a bad habit, whether it's smoking or drinking or swearing or whatever your habits are. But habits are important. And Atomic Habit, what's the book, Tristan?
Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Which I remember I did it on book on tape. I probably did it at like 2.2 speed, so it went really fast. It didn't really interest me.
Yep.
Great book, by the way, but it wasn't where I was hungry for knowledge at that time. But let's talk about habits.
Yeah.
Tell me some of your habits. Tristan, can we start with Tristan?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So I think my first habit would be journaling. That's one thing that I think I've found super beneficial, and it's easy to get away from, but I've recognized, when I'm really having good self-reflection or growing in life, I'm journaling about it. And so I have my journal right next to my bed. I wake up, write down 3 wins from the day before, something I'm grateful for, something to improve on. Could be the same thing that's over and over again. I just need to keep getting better at it. One of those is less time on my phone. And then just the most important thing or things for that day. And so that's just one habit that for the longest time, I would do just when I wanted to, or it wasn't even a habit. It was just something I did when I wanted to. And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, put the journal right next to my bed, wake up, first thing I do, drink some water, grab my journal, get onto it. And that's just a habit I found super beneficial.
Wow. I'll be honest with you. I hate journaling. I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
It is so hard. I had a friend of mine that challenged me to try to do it for 30 days. I think I maybe did it 10. I am just horrible at it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it.
So let's talk about why that is, because it's very scientific why that is.
Oh, great.
But let me know. It's all good.
I'm going to be
all good. What was the trigger for you, Tristan, to want to have a new habit? What happened if it's not too personal?
No. I think what it really was is I was just not showing much gratitude and almost just living each day. I was honestly kind of complaining more or so worried about the future and didn't really appreciate what I had right now. And so I've had, like a few friends or even my mom, she journals all the time. So she kind of told me about it and I was like, okay, well, let's see if this works. And I think at first I did it for the wrong reasons. I was just doing it like, okay, this is supposed to make me feel better and not worry about the future as much. And then I started, doing it and understanding like, yeah, if I write down 3 wins and it's something I'm grateful for, it makes it easier to say, yeah, things are good right now and I'm still striving for more. And so that was kind of the trigger that was like, I need to be a lot more grateful.
So one of that's fantastic. And so self-reflection is sometimes how you get there. Sometimes it's a need in a business. Sometimes it's a need in personal life. Something triggers that makes you want to do that. And then people are always saying, well, the hardest thing, I can't read the book, right? Never mind, follow what's in the book. But in today's world, because a lot of people don't like to read, they like to listen, right? It's everywhere. You can listen. There are summaries, which got us talking about this. So I just discovered Headway this morning. For whatever reason, it came up on my feed, and I'm a target now for this app Headway, which summarizes books. But there's a million things out there that summarize what you do. What I thought might be interesting to share in this is how much neuroscience I've learned is behind, in my case, eating habits. Okay, this is what got me switched onto it. But habits are habits. So for me, it's eating habits. For a lot of people, smoking is one of them. But it's well studied how your brain works, and this is what I find the most interesting, because if you can wrap your brain around, my brain is wired. Because we came from cavemen, let's just talk about it, right? Just it doesn't matter if you believe in evolution or some other reason for showing up here, cavemen were in your past. And our brains are wired a certain way. So when you understand how the brain is wired, then changing habits is about understanding how to use the wiring as it's delivered in your brain to help you create a new habit. So some of the things that are interesting to me that we can share is that being aware is very basic. Journaling is one way to be aware, but just writing things down, being aware, or taking a checkpoint of you're aware of it, doing a habit, whether it's a good one or not. If you want to do more or less of something, you have to be aware you're doing something. That's part of how your brain is wired. So if you're doing something good and you want to do more of it, you're like, okay, when am I doing it? Like, it's a lot of study around when am I doing something and why. Again, it takes a little bit of introspection to do that. But that's a big piece of it, is just elevating it to importance. Does that make sense?
Okay. So yes, that was a lot.
I've stumped you.
No.
What are you thinking?
Rewiring.
Yes.
Rewiring your brain. So if you grow up in a negative household,
Mhm.
you learn how to be negative.
Yes.
Grow up in a positive household, you learn how to be positive.
Yes.
That's wiring, right?
Yes.
So we are wiring our children, we're wiring the people around us. I would like to think also culture does start from the
Sure.
leader.
Sure.
In any case, that not necessarily me, the
Mhm.
leader, but I'm talking our leaders, right?
Yep.
Our leaders are constantly promoting positive energy. A couple of our keywords are positive mindset, grit. I mean, we're literally enjoy the journey is
Yep.
part of our slogan, because we just want people to come and be positive and be good. Now, that does not mean we all get along. We fight. Healthy arguments are good, especially with Sean Owsley and I, him and I, we go at each other.
If you're listening, Sean.
Yeah. No, and he loves it. And he says, he goes, you know what? You get me fired up and get my brain going.
Yeah.
So I challenge him. And sometimes I just poke the bear just a little bit and walk out of the room just so he is fired up, because I enjoy it. But I will tell you also, when our people come to me and say, oh, I was up all night long thinking about this, I'm like, good. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I gave you something to think about. I
Yep.
gave you something to inspire you to do something. That's
Yes.
not a bad thing, folks.
Right.
Thinking about work is not a bad thing.
Right.
Now, not thinking about your family, not thinking about your spiritual walk, your spiritual journey, your journaling, whatever is exciting you or what you need to do.
Yep.
We want to do that also.
Yep.
But it's okay to stay up. Winston Churchill one time said, a restless pillow will win the war, meaning it was constantly on his mind.
Yep.
He was constantly thinking about how are we going to win this war?
Right. So that mind, they call it mindfulness. If you study this, and if you're into neuroscience, definitely study this.
I am
because
not.
I think you'd find it very helpful. So we're going to give you the
But
cheat sheet today.
you are definitely
I
giving
am,
me the
and
cheat
I love
sheet.
this stuff, but I can
Woo!
give you the cheat sheet on it so that you at least can maybe be inspired by it and find your own way to it. So if you're not aware of the good or the bad habits, you're not going to do it and you're not going to change it.
Right.
So if you have a habit which you want to change, which is a lot of times what people are talking about, either changing a bad habit or starting a new one, you have to understand the situation in which you want to do that. And then the rest of it is around obviously repetition, but the reward structure. And I think this is very interesting to me as the reward hierarchy. And this will make sense is, if you want to stop doing something, so now I'll pick on smoking. Eating is very easy, and I'd be happy to talk about it. It's a whole show.
I only smoke when I run really fast.
So smoking, if you're a smoker, you know this, right? It's very hard to change that habit. You're changing the reward structure for the reason for smoking. You have to be aware why you're smoking in order to change that reward structure. And then you have to have a bigger, better offer. That's what it's called, right? Is a bigger, better offer. And this is all very well studied, whether it's in Atomic Habits or in The Hunger Habit, which I read in addition to Atomic Habits, or Unwinding Anxiety. All these are written by Judson Brewers, another guy who's very into the habit space. It's about what's the bigger, better reward. So for Tristan, the bigger, better reward is being maybe more positive and less mental drain on himself. Let's say you can speak for that. Does something speak
that's
to you when I
accurate.
say that? Okay. Yeah. So, you get to that point, like I'm so done with X, whatever X is.
Okay.
And you've got to find the bigger, better offer so for smokers and for people that eat, when they don't want to, stuff like that, the bigger, better reward is you do feel better when you stop. Right. But you have to have enough of that feeling better to be the pull to change the habits. That's just, we could talk about this for a long time, but those are some of the key elements to putting in new habits, stopping old
The
habits.
reward structure.
Yes. So in a business, if you're trying to create a habit, one of the way businesses make habits aware is they're creating awareness inside the company of an expectation for a habit. So let's talk safety, because that's something I can speak to. It's important to you.
It's very important to me.
Right? You build a culture of safety. You're talking about it all the time. You have safety reports, safety meetings. You have safety messages going out. In my case, we were reporting to Wall Street, at ExxonMobil. You're talking about safety. It's big. And then the bigger, better offer is, maybe you don't get talked about, written up, whatever, or, you have to do a speech. Sometimes we would do that, or, you'd have to do a training if you continue to create safety incidents in my former life.
Okay.
And as an executive, I was doing training because sometimes I didn't follow the safety stuff because it's not natural to me, but you could make me habitual in it from all the things that I just said. And now I'm crazy about holding the ladder here, holding the handrail and everything else because of 25 years of that training.
Right. You
Okay.
you said you don't go downstairs without holding the rail.
I do not.
Yeah.
25 years of training. It's now a habit.
Yeah, that is
It's
awesome.
not something I would do naturally.
That is awesome.
Yep.
I do not hold the rail, and I skip every other step. So
Yep.
I just fly down them
Yep,
babies.
you're a disaster waiting to happen.
Yes, I am absolutely a disaster. There's the next quote.
The bigger, better reward structure is that you don't break a
Pick
leg.
up the bloody phone, and you're a disaster waiting to happen. Mark those two right there. Rebecca is giving me the business, folks. Hey, I want to tell everybody out there, I hope that people are driving down the road. I hope we can add a little bit of entertainment. But when we get into these deep thoughts, don't lose us, because
are you telling me I'm boring? And then
no.
change the dial?
Yes. I'm going to pick on you for a little bit.
Yes, you may.
In a positive way. Rebecca said a mouthful there, and I can't even keep up with it all, because I happen to get caught on one thing and I can't move on to the next thing.
I
So
understand that. I do that too.
So well done, Rebecca.
Thank
but,
you. What were you caught on?
Well, first of all, it was the rewiring, and
Okay.
then or wiring the brain, and then the next one is the reward system, right? So because I'm not a big believer in a lot of rewards, like
but it's not your traditional reward.
it's right.
Yeah.
So I struggle with awards and rewards.
Yeah.
I'm more of a praise guy. That's why I can train a dog, because
but not everybody wants praise. Right?
A dog just wants to be pet, and that's easy. And I can pet a dog. And every once in a while, they are. Oh my goodness, my grand dog. I have a grand dog that is so treat motivated, it drives me nuts. She will do anything for a treat. Now, my other grand dog, I have two grand dogs and a grandbaby. So I'm a full grandpa.
Yep.
My other one, not so much treats, just wants to be pet, scratch on the butt, all good. But anyhow, let's talk about rewards. Tristan, what is when you get done journaling in the morning with your habit, what is the feeling when you walk away? Do you have is it like a dopamine dump, or what does it do for you when you get done journaling?
I think it just gives me a little sense of pride and just being proud of myself. You know, when you write down 3 wins and you look back on the day before and go, yeah, I accomplished something.
Give me 3 wins that you wrote down this morning.
3 wins from this morning. So from my day yesterday, broadcasted my first high school basketball game.
Nice.
Got a sale.
Northeast?
Yes, Northeast versus Southwest. Yeah, it was kind of a blowout. No, not the most exciting. Northeast kind of came back at the end. And then another was getting a sale at work, and then I got a haircut. So
nice.
Yes.
Nice. I got a haircut yesterday too.
I got a cut, and then I liked it so much I said, go ahead and cut them all.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I had all my hairs cut.
But you still have some under that hat?
I have a few.
We have to take a break.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So tune in, stay with us. Don't lose us yet.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to the Spring Equipment and Technology Clinic, February 3rd through the 5th at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney. New this year, the planter and sprayer clinics are combined into one streamlined, hands-on event built around growers' time and needs. Get expert training on John Deere planters and sprayers on topics including maintenance, technology, and autonomy. Don't miss it, February 3rd through the 5th in Kearney. Visit landmarkimp.com/events for details.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, to brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184, 2,500 down with proof credit.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
You're listening to Business Builders on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Matt Warner and Rebecca Pearson.
Okay, welcome back to Business Builders. This is Matt and Rebecca. We're always talking about things we hope are relevant to your business, also to your life. We just finished a segment on habits, which is completely relevant to all of that stuff. We were just talking about what we're doing the rest of the day. I forgot that I put my sweatshirt on purpose because this is for the MLK Youth Rally, which happens on Monday.
Okay.
So I can give a shout out to them. So if you're not familiar with the MLK Youth Rally, Peter Ferguson and a whole cadre of people help him.
love Pete, by the way.
Yeah, Pete's
great
an
human.
awesome guy. And he has a Sunday morning show at 8 o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, I think 8 o'clock. No, it's later than that. I apologize. You're going to have to look at my schedule, but it's Sunday mornings. And he's always highlighting really young, impressive talent. Holy cow, these kids that come on with him are really the top of the
He coached
heap.
my daughter for a little while.
Did he?
In basketball.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
Pete and I are
Okay.
good buddies.
Didn't
Boy,
know
look at
that.
that beautiful Bronco outside this window here. Oh, I love Broncos.
Okay, because we know
All
you're
right,
a Bronco
sorry.
fan. So, yep, squirrel.
Hey, by the way,
wait.
am
Let me
gonna
give
go.
let me give the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
particulars
Okay,
just if
okay,
somebody
okay.
wants to go. So on Monday at 9 o'clock, the sort of activities start. 10 o'clock is kind of presentations. Very quick way to see some young, impressive talent talking about the meaningfulness of Martin Luther King in the space of, I think, in the space of human kindness and love. Right?
And where is this at?
This is at the Student Union at UNL. Okay.
Perfect.
9 o'clock for activities, and there's some booths and things for the kids. And then you're going to see the kids present at 10 o'clock these amazing stories about how important Martin Luther King was to
I love it.
us, but
Yes.
also just, life and so on. And then you're going to the Women's Expo,
I'm
right?
going to the Women's Expo. I'm gonna go walk the floor, see what all's down there, and I'm going to go down there and try to support Dean and Heather.
I'll
I
definitely
love
be
what
going
they're
to
doing.
Bournemouth tomorrow.
Yeah. So I love it. I think this is exciting that we get to have that. By the way, the event center is a great thing for our county, for our area. I support that place 100%. I love it. I love it that we get to bring, by the way, there's an economic impact whenever that place, you know that when they do the rodeo down there, it's the world's largest rodeo. It's the high school rodeo. And it's the world's largest rodeo. And it's, and a matter of fact, they're back up for bid. I think they're going to get it back in 27.
At Sandhills?
And at the
I've been to some big rodeos. That's interesting.
That
Okay.
it is. Well, it's the high school rodeo, so it's the like
World's biggest
national
high school rodeo.
No, well, or rodeo. Period. High
I've been to
school
some big
rodeo.
rodeos. That's curious. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I've been
good.
to the national finals in Vegas. I've been to the Cheyenne Frontier Days. I've competed in some of those. I used to be a cowboy, Rebecca.
Okay. We could
Giddy
talk
up.
about the
Giddy
rodeo
up.
business. How fun would that be?
Oh, yes.
Along with us talking about casinos and gambling, which is also on our list.
Yeah,
We can
we
talk
have a
about a
long
number of
list.
topics that are coming up. We've got some guests coming up as well. So
Hey, and I will tell you, I love what we do here because I hope that the listeners out there that you grab a nugget, grab something. If you're listening for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or for the whole hour,
Yeah.
I want everybody to know that we're just trying to pour into our community. This is a show that we talked about doing for like a year, and then we finally decided to do it.
like 4 years.
Yeah, it was. You know what? You're right.
It was a long time before we got it together.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like a fine wine. Sometimes
But we
it
have
takes
some
time.
cool shows coming up. Maybe we could tease. So I'll be remote next week.
Yes.
And we've already talked about numbers and my challenger story. We may talk a little bit about conflict and
Yep.
how we handle that. The week after that, we're going to have Hunter Trainer, who's the VP of policy
Right.
from the Nebraska Chamber. Okay, if you guys haven't met Hunter, this will be a fabulous show. You must tune in or mark it so that you can listen to the recording. It'll be fantastic. And then the week after that, you're going to be gone, but
I'm gonna
we're
be on.
going to
Yep.
have Stratum on here, who is an event production company here in town,
Very
husband
cool.
and wife team. So we've got some good stuff coming up. We also have another guest coming mid-February from Wealth Management, Tracy. I don't know how to say her last name correctly, but Tracy will be here and we'll get the proper pronunciation when she gets here, talking about wealth management and some of the topics
Yep.
important to her.
I just
So-
hired myself my first ever coach with wealth management of getting money out of our company and into our people's hands better.
Nice.
So
That's a
I'm going to
great
be,
topic.
I'm going to be doing some phantom stock. I'm going to be doing some it's called a 401a, which is a different than a 401k. So we're going to be doing some different things like that.
Okay.
I'm brand new. As a matter of fact, I had my first meeting yesterday with the guy, and it was great.
Well,
All
maybe
right,
you
hey,
can share as you go, right?
I'm going to. I plan to.
All
Yeah.
right.
And by the way, this is all the kind of stuff that you as business owners should be thinking about. Hey,
Yes.
so the show has come to an end once again, folks. I tell you what, I love this, Rebecca. I enjoy our time together. I even love our chats in between. I'm glad
Yes.
it's not recorded because sometimes it gets deep in here.
Yes, the dump
but
button we
I
need, yes.
appreciate your friendship, and I just
Same.
want to do the Ned Pauly and say thank you for being my friend and thank you for having me on the show. I
Thank
love it.
you. This is Business Builders. We're out.